thought it'd be interesting for me to begin my talk to sort of set the scene by actually giving you my story. So I first visited Bharat 4 years ago. I was newly engaged to my husband-to-be, and we were about to visit Bharat, and I was bubbling with excitement at the idea of meeting my new family and the country that in time would become my home. I was completely ignorant about Bharat, about Prime Minister Modi. I hadn't even heard of him. And perhaps that's why, in my talk, I am almost in this sort of privileged position to be able to give a really objective view of the achievements. When I first got to Bharat, I absolutely fell in love with it, with the vivid colours, the music, the dancing, the effervescent life, the strong bonds of family and friendship. I came to learn about Vedic philosophy, about the Hindu epics and practices, and about Bharat's history. And I felt a cacophony of emotions, from effortless peace with Vedanta, to absolute love for the Hindu epics and practices, to anger that the civilization that had given so much to the world and had been so tolerant had faced so much persecution and so much systemic vilification. Our last trip to Bharat was this January, and I added happiness and sadness to my list of emotions. As we heard, I was happy that our family maid and all our various Ola drivers were telling us how their families in the villages now have electricity, now have jobs, now have clean cooking gas. I was also personally really relieved and happy that wherever we went, we never seemed to be far from a public toilet this time. And that made sightseeing much easier for me. But I also felt a lot of sadness. So I'm trying to learn Hindi. And some of our family there got very upset and would rather not talk to me at all, even though I'd come all the way to Bharat to visit them, than to talk to me in Hindi. Yet, at a gathering amongst family and friends and neighbours, they would spend the entire evening talking about the English elocution lessons that their children and grandchildren were attending. Children and grandchildren that don't speak any of the languages native to the country in which they're living. I would get upset when they would talk about the epics as mythology, something that didn't happen, but they would weave words and ideas from other religions into their sentences with such ease and pride. I also felt upset because as we were travelling between the states of Bharat on our holiday, there were Christmas decorations all over the airports, jingle bells playing on the airplane, even when it was mid-January and Makar Sankranti was the next day. On a previous journey to Bharat, we had travelled during the Diwali period. There had been no decorations, not even a mention of Diwali in the airports, even at our hotel resort over Diwali. It made me so upset to see Indians, Bharatias, so blatantly denigrating themselves. I feel so much gratitude to Bharat for awakening a new dimension, a new awareness within me, so I knew I had to act. So as you heard, I set up English, it was Bahu, then Barbie, now it's Behen, English Behen Ka Dil Se, on social media, aiming to inspire Bharatias to embrace their civilizational greatness and to make them realize that they are doing themselves a grave injustice by trying to be more Western than the West.